What is going on, guys? Today we're out here at this pond. I love fishing out here. It's a lot of fun. It's pretty easy. It's like fishing in a barrel. But we're gonna be throwing around some 4-inch Senkos, mostly yum worms today, and hopes for some largemouth bass. There's a lot of largies in here, and we're just hoping to get a few. We've had some extreme weather changes from 95 degrees down to 70 right now, mid 70s with a lot of rain. So probably got an inch or so of rain the past 2 days. So we'll see if these fish are even going to cooperate. But stay tuned and let's see if we can rip some lips. There's one. First one of the day, right at the drain culvert, just like usual. You can usually get one out of here. First one, little 4-inch Wacky rig with a 1/0 Wacky rig hook. And a little largie falls victim, about a 14-inch fish. First largemouth of the day. Hoping to get a little bit bigger fish. That's a great start. There's one. Second fish of the day. A little squeaky guy with the lawnmower in the background. That's what you gotta love about doing some suburban fishing. A lot of lawnmowers. Fish number 2. There's one. Missed a nice bite there. Letting it sit and the line started to go out. There's one. Oh, he took it again. Maybe it's just bluegills. Third bite in a row. Fourth one's gonna be the charm. I'm ready this time. Well, after 3 bites, he decided he was no longer hungry. I might have spooked him on the last one because I did hook it kind of good, but I just didn't set the hook hard enough before I pulled it out of its mouth. When you fish worms in ponds, you can fish them a few different ways. You can either throw them deep and just let them sit, or you can throw them right off the weed line. Right now I'm throwing out deep, but I'm pulling right up to the weed line. That way it falls kind of where that drop off is, and hoping to get fish there. A lot of fish in ponds will be moved up shallow even through some of the hottest times of the year. It's just a little bit easier to find the fish. There's one. Ooh, and that feels like a decent fish. There we go. Not an absolute monster, but still pretty good size. 14 or so inch. Really not sure what's going on across the way. This guy's just sitting in the corner of his property with a lawnmower on, not really even mowing. Another beautiful little largemouth right off the weed line. I think I spooked him from real shallow, and then anytime I see something spooked from the shoreline, I always throw just past the weeds because they're gonna go straight out there, and then sometimes they'll see that moving and they'll jump on it. Another good tip. That's my 3rd bass, and I'm gonna go ahead and retie now. I just have this one hook with me right now, so if I lose it, I'm gonna have to go back to the vehicle. But if you retie, you know, every couple fish at least, or at the most, then you will definitely have a better success rate of getting those fish in. I'm not really wanting to lose it and have to go all the way back to the vehicle, so I'm just gonna go ahead and retie my 1/0 hook, and then we'll be back in business. Using straight braid today. Definitely not necessary, but that's what I had on my pole. And I'm using a polymer knot. It doesn't slip out as bad as some of the other knots do with just straight braid. The worm of choice for today is a yum dinger. This is a 4-inch yum dinger. I like the 4s when I wacky rig in ponds, especially because the fish aren't always monsters. You can always catch big fish on little bait. You can't catch little fish on big bait. I just like to catch numbers out here, not really going for a trophy or anything. There are some nice ones in here, but most of them are in that 14. Actually, probably smaller. Most of them are in that 10 to 14-inch range. When I work a bait like this, I try to work it pretty slow. It all is weather dependent, honestly. Today we've had some rain. We're coming off some very hot weather, so I'm trying to work it extremely slow. Just because these fish have had such a temperature change over the past couple days, I'm sure they're going to be really slow. If we had some steady temperatures in the 60s and 70s, I think these fish would be a lot more fired up and I could move that bait faster. A good pair of polarized sunglasses is key, especially on sunny days. You can really see in that water. There's a lot of clouds, it's hard to see. Today there's some cloud covers, so every now and then I'm struggling to see, but whenever there's sun out, it is pretty easy to see in this water, about 3 feet deep. It's always nice to fish wacky rigs shortly after rain because a lot of the weeds that are on the edges of these ponds will subside just enough that your hook won't get caught in as many weeds, and you can really fish some areas that you wouldn't be able to fish unless you were throwing something completely weedless. There we go. That is a nice fish. Just nailed that bait. Stay on there. You are a big fish. Please stay on there. Yes. That is a monster. That bait is straight in the corner of the mouth, just like I like to see it. This fish has the head of about a 4-pounder, but I'm gonna guess he is mid-3s. That's a quality largemouth, just a skinny fish. Big head, skinny fish. It might even be a 2.5-pounder, honestly. Really nice head on him. It's just, which blows me away. There's so much bait in here, it's kind of sad to see that. Absolute stud of a fish right here. That's a big, big boy. All right, we're gonna put him back. No need to keep him out of the water any longer. Go back down there. Once you get your bearings, I'm sure he'll go straight back to that culvert. There he goes, just powering right through there. Might be able to see him out deep. There he goes. 4-inch worm right in the culvert. I can't stress the importance of, 1, making a good cast, and 2, hitting the culverts before you get to them. Anywhere there's a culvert, you gotta throw in there. It just so happened, like mid-cast, I could actually see that fish's tail sticking out of there. He was facing into it, I'm sure, waiting on something, because this pond is actually connected to about 3 or 4 other subdivision ponds, so probably bait or crawfish or something swims through there. But we ended up with a nice one, at least 2.5 pounds, I'm gonna say, maybe a 3, but he's pretty small body. All right, let's get back in there. Kind of piecing the day together as we're going. I didn't realize how much rain we had gotten, but these culverts are just flowing hardcore. And bluegills and bass, everything is just right there, just getting munched on. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but that culvert is ripping out of there, and there is probably 15 bluegills right there just chilling. Could easily catch those on fly. And I think that's why all these fish are congregating in here, is that water is just moving so fast. It's probably bait fish and whatever they're eating. Sounds of a subdivision. Oh, there's Jimmy getting his lawn all mowed up. Hey buddy, trying to film a video over here. Come on now. After all this rain, this water looks like chocolate milk. There's one. Just a little guy. I was watching 2 other bass kind of inch their way towards it, and this one came out of nowhere and kind of scared me because I wasn't paying attention. Another one with the old lawnmower. There's one. Another little guy. Kind of out deep. Might be a good day to throw the fly out there. All these weeds kind of provide just a little bit of structure and a little bit of shade for these bass, and occasionally they'll be out deep. Usually at this pond they're pretty shallow. There's one. Looks like a good little bass. Oh, he popped off. What the heck? Ugh. That was a pretty nice one. That came from pretty deep, and it's about to get really, really loud. There it is. Well, we ended up with quite a few bass. Only one big one, but that's all right. I did see like 3 other big ones, so I know there's quite a few in here. They're pretty skinny right now, which is strange. You'd think they'd have some meat on them, but they almost look unhealthy. There should be plenty of bait, a lot of bluegills in here. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned a little bit about wacky rigged worms and how to fish them. So we will catch you on the next episode, y'all. Peace.